The National Council for Civic Education reminds the public that the government has revived the constitution building process, and consequently a new draft Constitution Bill 2024 was gazetted twice on August 14th and November 15th, 2024. These crucial steps precede the tabling of the bill in Parliament as mandated by Section 226 of the 1997 Constitution. At the National Assembly, the bill in the second and third reading respectively shall be supported by at least 75% of all the National Assembly members. Additionally, if the Constitution Bill passes the National Assembly, it shall then be referred to the Independent Electoral Commission (IEC) for a referendum to be held within 6 months. In the referendum, at least 50% of eligible voters must participate, and 75% of which must vote for the draft Constitution Bill. The bill shall finally be signed by the President within 7 days after certification from the IEC to become the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia. To this end, fostering public awareness and engagement is essential for garnering support and building consensus, ultimately leading to a successful legislative process. Therefore, the National Council for Civic Education encourages the public to keep the momentum and continue to participate actively in the entire process to its logical conclusion. This message is brought to you by the National Council for Civic Education in collaboration with the EU and UNDP The Gambia under the GREAT Initiative.
Jamano Money Transfer Bureau de Change, your go-to option when it comes to money transfer. With Jamano, you can send money from anywhere in the world to your family and loved ones in the Gambia and be sure the funds will be delivered to them within the shortest time possible. For your convenience, funds sent through Jamano Money Transfer can be picked from all the banks and multiple other financial institutions, including Ajib Bank, Trust Bank, GT Bank, Mega Bank, Basic Bank, Reliance Financial Services, and Approved Services. Visit our head office at Bruceby opposite AfricMed next to Trust Bank Limited, or email us at info@jamanomt.com. You can as well call us on 310-3050 or 310-3051, or yet still 733-0688. Our opening hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Jamano Money Transfer, your most trusted money transfer service where customer satisfaction is paramount. When you think of a simple, fast, and reliable money transfer, think Jamano Money Transfer.
The National Council for Civic Education (NCCE) ibe jama hakil bulandila komansa kunda damutaro kele koteng bankola condition bilola doko komi ya kankular mansakunda la kankular bundado sinyafula August karo atiltani nani ani November karo atiltani lulu mbesamun kono 2024 insim fanya kumata baki anda tele saban droke janibe bilo sambala dibite bunto komi bankola 1997 constitution ala fanna kemefula animwani woro ya tandi nyami dibite bundo dibite olbe si fulanjam kelala anin si sabanjam andu wol konos kemosi la tawara wula anil lulu olbe nyanda sonnalale nabota dibite bundo isa samba Independent Electoral Commission IEC wol sina referendum karta fayo ka kuola kar woro wuje kono wo referendum karta fayo farang ning sidla kemelom kemosi la talulu olbe nyanda karte faylale wo fanang a kemosi la tawara wula wolbe nyanda sonna bilo nyinnale bilo nyin sina labang president na office til woro wala wuje kono naboda IEC janni president sina sinya ka ke loi lorinti banko kan o kamala National Council for Civic Education NCCE ibe jama be wakilindila ko be se idado nyin do kodo fo adandula nyimo kankula rolati momboda National Council for Civic Education ining EU ani UNDP di Gambia katambeni ila doku bunda ba kote baflam yeko great initiative.
Assalamu alaikum. Badiwol ngal bismillah na program to the Constitution we want. We are back again here. This show brought to you by Gambia Participate, National Center for Civic Education, and Jamano Money Transfer. Again, today we're here to look at the Constitution, the 2024 draft. Mia Alonko Abe National Assembly at this point. Ngamira next month, inshallah, it's going to go to the first reading.
That is correct.
The first reading.
First reading is done.
Oh, second reading. Second reading. Now, whether Abita Committee stage the FOIBA throw out like the 2020, to discuss that with me, I have Honorable Yahya Sanyang and Dodou Jah. Obviously, the NPP names were supposed to be here, but last minute, Ablai Sise was not able to coordinate. But Ablai wanted to come. Ablai Konyoko Yahya Sanyang, he wanted this conversation with you so bad. But I think classes exam, so he couldn't make it.
MDI,
so the other people were not able to hear. But welcome to the show, Honorable.
Thank you very much, Fature, and I'm also very happy to appear here again. So this is going to be my 4th or 5th time appearing before Fatu.
Yeah.
So as the name implies by way of the program, that is the Constitution
we want.
We want.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you guys have been answering those questions here. The Constitution we want is the Constitution that was subjected to the TRRC process. It was the Constitution that was, that underwent several consultative processes, both internal and external, part of this country. A constitution where citizens were consulted far and length of this country. This is the constitution we want, not the revised draft by Barrow and his cabinet.
Well, man don't follow. I think opinion. Dodou is always coming to my rescue. Dodou, welcome back. We were here last week. Yes. Actually, the last week's show was crazy, though. It was
It was.
Our last week's show. I love Sekou Mbalo, though. I love Sekou. Sekou, he's
vibrant.
He's vibrant, and he will never come over for he will come and give his opinion,
yes,
and defend his principle,
exactly,
and defend his agenda, and that's what it's supposed to be like. And welcome back to the show, Dodou. Last minute we had to drag you. At all the National Dialogue. I got the invitation from the
National Dialogue. Which program is that?
The annual National Dialogue, Menka State House and the Conference Center. Go around, stakeholders all in.
No, but you go to national dialogue. You will dialogue today and tomorrow you're going to insult people. We should stop subjecting ourselves to this kind of national process.
I sent me the invitation for the main one. And I'm looking at this last year national dialogue.
It cannot just be a screen.
I told him the dialogue. Last year.
Committee level, last year fanan tata around ngamenke nkamolle engage come it all lafta menna. And based on last year's report data, recommendations le bondita. Sa murtana molkan ka itandila ko this were the recommendations nyinne implementa nyinne tuta sa nyinam fanan albe munet sambalarla. So, we engage the grassroots within all the regions.
But now, if we are committed to national dialogue with attitude, a positive attitude, Mr. Jah, we should not even have 1, 2, 3, 4 national dialogue. By the time we exhaust 2 years, the dialogue is finished. Because the problems that we identify in the first leg of dialogue are going to be the same problem that we keep surfacing. So for me, let's just subject ourselves to national process that are genuine. But this useless one,
Dodou Jah, no, it has a lot of benefits.
No benefits. If you ask me, no benefits. I insist that no benefits. Trust me.
Okay, let me
just some screen display, screen performance, and.
Engaging the grassroots, it has helped a lot because they normally have the opportunity in order to raise their concerns. Come it all lafta men na ila kolea call at that level. Molka gada nole and you report all menkadada from the president's office kaji duma. Even at the National Assembly, there were some recommendations menkitaje based on molka memfo. Part of which dolie memfo even the 2020 draft for Kamurundi. You know, at that level, Molia suggests, and even this time around, Dolia Foleko, the 2020 drive was not their recommendation. It will after men on the 2020 Pulwayemo. You know, engaging them sometimes you will be able to know
this is what the entire country is echoing.
So, that's important. It's at least you're hearing directly from the people. What are the main concerns? Raise national dialogue to
yeah, this time around it's more centered about this migration issue. Spain, Saudi, Woliaris Lerot, security fanam matale, the security status of the country. Molia itandiko molman tanka. You know, yo ma bake. Musol fanang, you know, purke sembentuya. Senola Carola la Gardinol was Sifa, ye fanam bambandi bake, and pour musol fana ye kango soto, a mandandama kamabe bari, it all after responsibility fanantala, kunu melbo molbenum oliundum, the newly decorated alkali of Yuna, Binta, Abigila, Diamutale, a kolea coolmen taki. You know, Janabe Kala, I work concerns race le, or Kewali Nyanta Musol Fanan support la. You know, these are some of the key issues me along Molba.
Well, I'm happy that you talk about the migration, this Spain migration.
Yes.
Yeah. You see, Fadu, Barrow government, sometimes you cannot even describe it. It's like a loose confederation of a state with no standing authority, no standing command. Do you understand? Because for me, subjecting into funding thousands of youths going to look for passport, secure passport for a process. They only need 50 people. And you cannot disclose that to Gambians. So that youths will not travel from Bashe to come to the immigration headquarters in Banjul to look for this passport. This was so unfortunate. And it's high time youth see who's serious.
But say I disclosed it. And I saw some numbers. And
they disclosed it after securing their profit with the passport process, because they have. I know right now they must have scored over $15 million from this immigration from this passport process.
And then it's very unfortunate. I don't know, because I saw a number this afternoon before coming to the show. I was going to tell Boa we should dig deep in this. From the Ministry of Information Facebook page, they are telling us that less than 8%. About 7 points, Gambia employment rate.
10.7%.
No, it was 7 points. But today, I was like, okay.
And you know what is sad about it? The Spanish government told them about this since the beginning, that we are taking only 50 or so. But he told they are pretending to public the Spanish government is taking thousands of people. It's also another breach.
Current unemployment rate of the Gambia, 7.6%.
Seriously?
Unemployment rate.
No,
7.6%.
That's a typical error.
No, seriously.
If Dr. Cisse mean this, I think he should be sued for misinformation. Or giving misinformation.
On Friday, he said 10.7%.
No, I want for across source Gambia Bureau of Statistics. We have to go check with the Bureau of Statistics. These numbers, naturally,
this is a serious indictment.
Didn't do cost out of the people that in your house. Today, before coming to my show, one of my uncles came to my house just talking about I think also all of them, none of them is working. How can you tell me?
The information thing sort of from doctor on Friday, I meant for unemployment. It only atanyameng. Olo mol mialonko itata kadoko nyini imasoto. You know, they are giving it a new definition.
But that is not
those that apply and are not
doctor get it all wrong. And that is not how you cannot philosophize some of these things that we met.
And before this, they deleted the first one. I captured that. But I come to Korea deleted. The first one they posted first was called Gambia youth employment rate. Because 64-point-something% of the Gambian youths are employed.
Those that are employed.
That are employed.
And
64 equal Gambia.
I can't agree to
Where?
that.
So
no, if this Fadu, if this information is indeed written by the Minister of Information, then it's high time they check themselves.
But is it according to data Mengada, maybe a research like they have that data, but the practicalities on the ground. It's not really
they don't even attempt to get data for this. You will not do what you will not write what you have.
Some of this information as a government, it will not help you because you will not do the needful. If people are telling you that, let's say for example, 100 people need jobs while they are in hundreds of thousands, what are you going to do as a government? Like you'll be catering for 100 people, whilst the larger majority will neglect them. That's why I said the information is not going to help.
It's not going to be helpful.
This is a serious indictment on the inefficiency of Barrow government. Trust me.
Where they get this data and how
they said the source is the Gambia Bureau of Statistics.
But based on what? We all live in this country. We have to be honest. We all live in this country. But if you talk about that, that's the percentage that are not employed. Just going around on your own, people will tell you it's not factual.
Why would they even
we all check in our houses.
Why would they even appreciate this as the
if you have 10 youths in your house, how many, wallet.
Yeah.
If you check in your house, how many youths do you have in your house? How many of them are employed? That's survey right there.
You don't need to go outside.
No.
I think this is deliberate.
Another issue is
this is deliberate. The same breach, the same intent to mislead Gambians, because otherwise you not. If you even gather this from a source, you will not appreciate it as a fact before you even go to a whole ministry website and put it there.
This percentage, it will be difficult to convince me
7.6%.
that this is something factual.
Yeah. Unemployment.
It is as if the whole Gambia is employed.
Yeah.
Exactly, correct.
Yeah. Based on this,
the whole Gambia is employed.
The whole Gambia is employed.
80 something.
No, but even
90 something percent.
I think yes.
That's why I'm telling you, the whole Gambia is employed.
That's why you rightly said.
Even in advanced countries, you don't have this
No,
percentage.
it's impossible.
So how come third world countries were able to register?
And I want to check, why did they delete that other post? I'll post it because I screenshot it. They said 64.something% of the Gambian youths are employed.
No, but look into this.
Barrow government is giving reasons to Gambian youths to sack him in 2026.
But Dr. Sise Fongoko, they have this misinformation. They can all combat. And they are but this is
the biggest misinformation. This is the biggest misinformation.
Looking at our population, over 60% are young people.
Yeah.
And the civil service, in totality, Dr. Sise said it's less than 50,000, those that are employed. That says about 47,000.
That is correct.
Yes.
Yeah? Now, looking at the population, this other percentage, if they will throw it back at the private sector. Now, when you come to at the private sector, how many companies are known that are employing hundreds of thousands of young people in this country? Name me one. I don't know of any.
You see, for me, to get my perspective realistically on this issue, it is true government cannot provide employment to every city, even in the developed world.
Yes.
That is there. But don't lie. Government create the enable environment for private sector investment or into the economy. Then by way of that, they can do massive employment. Not the government.
Yeah.
So why is Dr. Sise backing government, like thinking that government should employ everybody? I think Dr. Sise sometimes is very disappointing, to say the least.
The way I understand about unemployment and wakakenyaming in other countries, it's like nitata suokono. There's normally an age bracket. Let's say from 18 years to maybe batala 65 or 70.
What is this high school?
Like
you will leave high school at the age of 18 years, right?
Yeah.
So the employment should start from there.
Yeah, normally from 18 maybe it's for 65 or 70.
Yeah.
Because Nidol after Iketale on contract basis and the like. Every household woleka jibe those within this age bracket. Like for instance, Ninata and Telaswokono ya Nyininka, those within that age bracket, they tell you 10 people, how many amongst them are working? They'll tell you 3 are working, which means the 7 are not working. This is the statistics most mentano. But it all come and classify. They are even saying like people that are school going, they should not be part of the unemployment board because they are expected to be going to school. But not everybody goes to school.
If this data is anything to go by, I think Dr. Sise is pushing Gambians to go to the courts and test our jurisprudence and sue the whole ministry for giving false information to Gambians.
Yeah, this is something serious.
This is definitely serious.
They need to rectify.
This is definitely
so annoying.
Yeah, it's
they need to rectify.
You don't know this.
If this is coming from Jibos, because if this is coming from Jibos,
that's what they said.
By way of this, it's an issue to the collective intelligence.
And these kind of things, if this is coming from Jibos is the one that compiles our statistics.
Yes.
Then something fundamental.
And this is, you see, in fact,
I agree.
And even, look, this is what happened, even inflation. Last quarter, when Central Bank announced inflation was jitale for how many percent? And I asked the Dr. Gajigo Yanko, mano ka samina da manji
Yeah.
sukuro ka samina manji tulo manji keke manji mburo fe manji. Now, inflation, what determines inflation is the basic commodities in community use. But all these things have not gone down. How did GBOS determine inflation or GTAL? So these are the kind of things, so these kind of statistics, I'm going to try to reach out to GBOS, but these numbers...
No, as I said, they're testing
these numbers,
Gambians,
honestly, you know. And my question, I'm going to call Ministry of Information, because why did they do the first one? 64-point-something% of Gambian youth.
You have records of that?
Yeah, Gambian youths are employed.
That's the one I knew of until this last Friday. Doctor said, no, that was a mistake. And doctor said 10.7%. I can vividly recall.
On employment.
Yes, 10.7%.
On employment.
If you are giving a different percentage.
I'm so happy that Gambian youths are here and all of this misinformation and insult to our collective intelligence as
with this percentage, Gambians are employed. The whole Gambia is employed. It's only a minority. That
100 minus 7. That's 92-point-something% of Gambians.
That is not factual.
No, you are right to say each Gambian is employed. The only employed persons are our retirees.
Yes, exactly.
But 93% of Gambians. But I'm happy that youths are beginning to see the inefficiency, the incompetence of Barrow administration.
On any platform, I can't accept this.
This one, Mom.
These are legitimate.
We need to face the realities.
Yeah.
You don't even need to go around. Just where you live, when you gauge and make a survey.
And the funny thing is, it's not like it even came up, but this is part of the flyers that they create and put it out. So what is the essence of putting out something like this that is not even, it's not like you went to an interview, somebody asked you and you said it or something, but you took your time, create this flyer and put it on your handle. That is serious.
It's very, very sad.
That is serious. That is serious. And I think we should all say it as it is. That is not possible. 92% of Gambians are unemployed.
No.
That is not possible. We all have people in our homes who are not employed.
I can debate that anywhere.
Wow. Now back to the Constitution. Yahya Sanyang.
Yes.
Constitution of the National Assembly.
That is correct.
March, Anyantanala come back to the floor to look at it, either to a second reading or to throw out. Muni mato la position oti. Alla party leader mean for bang wala battle bulu bang, or are you guys looking at giving it a consideration?
Well, Fadu, to lay the foundation, you know, I have always told National Assembly members, Constitution is not an ordinary act of Parliament. It's not a bill where Honorable Yahya Sanyang want to amend local government, where Honorable Ablaye want to amend street smoking. It's way more than that. It's not an ordinary act of Parliament. Constitution embodies the wills and caprices of people. How do they want to be governed? How do they want to fit into the international best practice of governance? This is what people anticipate, or this is the intention of people. That is why the constitutional building process is always consultative. That's why the TRC was constituted wider and expensive consultation, Gambia and outside the Gambia.
Somebody said maybe they are considering both the formal and informal sector. But even if you add the formal and informal sector, 92% of Gambians are...
It's not true. And I think nobody should try to legitimize...
I mean, it's a genuine Franco, if you add the formal and informal sector.
We cannot try to sandwich that into...
Even that.
You know, the realities, it's not surfacing. We're not seeing that.
I think anybody... I'm now talking directly to the person writing that. Do not try to sandwich Dr. Isi's information between informal. It's just wrong. It's just wrong, and we appreciate it's wrong so that he can learn from his lessons. Please, you know. So far, that is it. The constitution for UDP, and in fact, let me not even try to bring any partisan issue here. It's the Gambians.
Okay.
Not what Usaini Dabo said, not what UDP National Assembly members left them in, but Gambian local in Malawi, this constitution that has been revised by Barrow.
Gambian Jumale.
Do you understand? The entire
There's no survey that tells you that Gambian Jumale.
No. The survey that depicts 77% of Gambians disapprove Barrow. I can tell you that.
No. That has nothing to do with the constitution.
No, it's not part of it. They disapprove Barrow. Why do you disapprove Barrow? Because this constitution, you cannot leave the constitution out of it. It's part of it. There are several factors: living conditions, constitutions, everything is part of it. Fact. So I can translate that 77% to be they disapprove Barrow because of his failure to honor or respect the 2020 draft that the Gambians wanted. I can confidently say that, and with authority as well.
Yes, and you cannot back with any facts.
This is what I'm talking about. You know, there is a fact.
Just like you told
there was a survey that said 77% of Gambians disapprove Barrow. They disapprove Barrow.
Imam disapproved.
Yes.
Okay.
They disapprove him. That is, they don't want him to say it plainly. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the constitution is part of that. Barrow's failure to respect and honor the constitution that Gambian wanted since 2020 is part of this. This 77% reflect that figure.
But, okay, I agree with you that majority of Gambians, even in Soto, ninga program okay, ninga line or more minka call.
Majority, exactly. 99%
of the people minka call ke they can follow ko bring back the 2020 malafinina.
Exactly.
But mfangol ko jele na outreach on molka dia
that is correct.
Nintata vox popula. But now that new constitution obato la tablo kan deputy atole samuruni no back to 2020. Because
what is going to be is
to amend it.
I
civil society
understand very
civil
well.
Society co alia pass with amendments. More konga local language for yala nyimbo ta kiane bari kianko mi anka apuka mali sa fo
nga understand the say. Obeke rislen. Most of us, our initial thought be wali nyamako. Alinga ajibe ni ajibe fonse 20 fonse imani neno nga 2020 draft sama nambari. You are dealing with people who you cannot predict. Do you understand? And in total restyle Gambians, they have spoken to us. Gambians left them in your front ever since. So we want to engage NPP NAMS into that negotiation at the committee level. So the best for us right now is constitutional. Do you understand? We throw it out. That's the only thing we can do. We want to come managing at our committee stage near Gibe, close by close, and committee stage is close by close, and close by close is retained or removed by way of majority, and they have the majority. They'll bully us with their majority. So, civil society organization from Manyana Mol from no,
you call it with amendments.
No, with amendments. Yeah. I wish we can do it.
I have point Laris.
Yeah.
I come for like going by it. Il left amendment. Puria fai wala ya sabatindi.
Exactly.
It goes by majority. And
exactly.
They have the majority. Bululondo lebi.
Come this
when you maintain labang ha wala hani buloleka ule. Akamunta ko the 2024 will remain.
Exactly. So and the only thing doesn't make
la kata to referendum.
No, because mimu. For example, ni itata ya ni dara committee stage. Because nga kabiringa honorable Madis Fenki Sotojang Alaji S Dabo aning Ablai Sise. Ni argument on natale. Ablai Sise ko ngata committee stage wrong. Yes, that okay. Komuna na 2020 Alman song at our committee stage.
Exactly.
Because new numbers also at committee stage.
Time,
but this time
it only numbers also.
But the reason why Morocco, because Hani at committee stage near over Sadoji, right? Arimenta. Still they have the opportunity to remain floor to reject it.
That is correct.
So even Minkele, you will expose them at that stage. Data committee stage, Nkonga edit, Nkonga song.
Honorable Memfo, Imala fika orixta.
No, but you don't take that. You can for agree with you. Do I come for Tonyalam? And what it's actually maintain game, member ya bonge. We can still go at the end of the tunnel. That is the final voting. I reject. But now the question is, I'm finding to a useless process. Why will you do that? Exactly. I reject. It's like you are wasting television viewers. You are wasting even your media house. You'll be wasting you to come there every time.
It'll be you be for you waste.
It's a waste because.
And no Kodijama don't can you process.
I agree with you. No, let the civil society organization keep tapping funds for advocacy. That is okay. It's a society. Everybody will do your role. That's okay. Media houses sponsor this program. That's okay. We love that, Fadu. Everybody should grow. But that doesn't mean that Fadu Ture is emotional attack to the constitution. No, when I come here, I have to pass it, or maybe Gambia participate. No, it's not like that.
I think
I'm happy that they are getting fund for this.
No, but I think Gambia will be d'accord to me do the wolom. After constitution. So, bari baro natale ako alaftala ni yesiye kacha because it all argument minti they cannot trust NPP, and the truth is we said this here. Party full ni me bulola nyo kan constitution of the sotor.
NPP is not a party. NPP is government. You see.
But they have a
let's clarify.
No.
It's not a party.
No. NPP is a party.
I don't tell you.
It's a registered political party.
It's not just by faith.
No. Yeah, let's agree on something.
I don't want you to compare us with NPP as party.
But let me come.
NPP are a political party. But NPP, they are government. They are not a party.
Honorable Kamem, for the way they operate, is more of a government than
No, it's not.
Akamunta control APRC, having a majority sort of in parliament. Government left a kula, the MPs follow with that.
They are not government. But right now, even that, even the structure, the commitment of NPP supporters to the party, the structure of the party. Do you understand? You know that it's not a party, it's just a government. What do you understand? No, I don't understand. No, that is not. It's a government. You see, we have to start distinguishing. But even APR, you know APRC is a party, you know that?
Yeah, of
course. APRC is a party.
NPP is a political party.
NPP is a government. They are not a party.
NPP is a political party.
No, it's a government.
That is established. It's a registered political party,
it is.
And they are the biggest political party as we speak right now.
Biggest political party. No, you see, this is about constitutional process, or you want
No, for the
biggest political party.
It's only presidency win.
They want the president.
It's only president.
Subsequent elections.
Subsequent elections.
If you go by the data, you take the recent data.
Yeah, recent data.
So we are the biggest political party in the country.
Recent data, though, when it comes to the
we are the biggest political party.
Local government, UDP won the
We are the biggest political party.
But NPP
if you are going to be scientific, you take the recent data. Do you understand? So the biggest political party in this country now is UDP.
The biggest political party katara state house. But
no.
Ila party leader argument of Indina like no talako. Kabrinka NPP is the biggest political party. Ako no. Ako NPP tara state house based on a grand coalition. Ako ni APRC bondije, NRP bondije, NUB bondije. Ako send it to like so ate all of us. So that's a big argument. And that I can stay with that.
Some grand coalition.
I can.
What if I know?
Exactly. But
it's not even collection, it's collection.
I think NPP. But the thing is, argument with Natika Wolonko, they cannot trust NPP as a party, right? Because obviously, direction of Kawadam being Alneko. This is how it happens. APRC kakawala nyama no. Ninga hani tol ni na tawa kila wala nyama. Wolonko ning fenkenata ning baro nyo lafta minna. Well, with the constitution. Now, what nim baro fong lako, I love the negotiation or say.
No,
then that makes it
easy. You see, I take a memfor. Madunga Marco Honorable. I trust issue memfor. It was Bondinola. Now, the ruling party and the biggest opposition party, in most cases, trust kake kuleti member koleal. Akamundo go niko APRC UDP. UDP bafela ko ma APRC trust, APRC bafela ko ma UDP trust. It's historical. Amietale amanke biti. San purka women amanke ko parti nyaton ko li fololi sidore kacha gelo mani. It takes more than that. Purka wo kudala. Bi ni aje wol ko alna nga engage kacha yake ilafta venna. Mi alon ko itol le febo, interest le bije. San itelafta men engage la pour ali kata atala interest moment. If it is different, altenyo moinola. Altenyo moina. Ninko banku ko. Yalong nte ngalo neko do the 2020. It's not perfect. There are things men need to adjust. But based on survey, majority of Gambians want a new constitution. But the 2024, Kabrinya Gazette, Menati, Mabeta almost 3 to 4 workshops, me along could they make comparison. You mean falling from the 2020 and put to the present. The first one, Tenga Meng Atan, Nkoni Nafuta at Parliament, I said this.
No, men forget a Barola dialogue. I mean, you see, all what he said is more by all what he do behind the scene. That is the person we have as the head of state. Now, after constitutional, do you understand? Because being Adaman cabinet sharing in the cabinet, they're not. If Keka is wrong,
yes,
and if Keka is injustice to the constitution, you leave all that cabinet processes. How many days they met in the cabinet? About a week or so. Do you understand? Do you understand? You damage it beyond repair. You want to make everybody part of that repairment process. Not all cannot because they don't know. So the best thing Adama can do now, because this constitutional process, Kasama National is just a performance. Minister left constitutional Gambia left man. So they can even withdraw it right now. Before the National Assembly and bring exactly the 2020 and we can now dialogue on that. Though we are not going to say UDP NAMS and the party leader I can tell miscode and let them the dialogue. Do you understand? Constitutional building process is always dialogue. But UDP, the NAMS and the party leader, we want to create dialogue. We want to engage in dialogue on the 2020, not the revised 2024 by government. We cannot do that.
Okay.
You cannot do that for anybody. Let him bring the 2020 dialogue. That one we are open to that. But 2024, we are not going to dialogue. We will eliminate.
So Ninde Baro government function Dodou, right?
Yeah.
The 2020, Ibole Natila no.
Dialogue.
Because 2020 ni anatina. Even UDP mutala positional to me alonko ite kananola.
Exactly.
Because aduta nyako this is the people's constitution, right? So Italy numbers to at committee stage. Most of the things he left me for all we back.
They don't have wisdom. But
they didn't have to. They didn't, and I have said this several times. If these people wanted a constitution, they would have just brought the 2020 and take it there and tell their men. Alaketeng. You not take choice at all because UDP argument will kill
exactly
to throw it out. They would not have an argument.
Yeah. And at that committee stage, they have the majority.
And NPP has the majority.
Adama and his ministers, they don't mean the constitution. They don't want it. They are more comfortable with the 1997. But because of international pressure, the donors in and out. They understand conferences to so what do we do now? That's what they do. And but even because we are not even going to debate about this. Don't be surprised when even the debate they let them make noise. None vote because debating on this you are wasting your time. What are you going to debate on? Even when they follow Gambino for Gambino. So until you let debate when they are done with that debate, we throw it out. And now the international community will see who's serious and who's not serious. Because they don't mean this. Mean, as I said in the preamble, about 2020 sambandang afang alanga dialogue. Based on that dialogue pass for Gambia. But this one Fadu is no go area. We cannot no risk for Gambia. It's not even about politics. I know politicians, one thing we have in common is we don't have principle and we don't have memory. That's something that almost 90% of Gambian politicians have. But for this one, we cannot negotiate that. We cannot.
Somebody just said a document that has been rejected can't we bring back? I don't think so because the judicial remuneration bill was rejected and they brought it back.
Oh, it's possible, yeah.
It's possible.
You can reintroduce.
You can
local government amendment bill that was rejected. I'm reintroducing it.
Yeah, you can always reintroduce.
Yeah, you can
definitely, yes. You can always reintroduce. Dodou, so I come to go at this stage. What is left? It looks like we have a most likely constitution notice.
Most likely. It's going to.
With this 2024.
It's going to be rejected.
Yes.
And in fact, this one is going to be rejected with an attitude.
With an what?
With an attitude.
I don't want to witness that.
This one is serious.
Attitude.
Rejected with an attitude.
I'll be honest. The first workshop attend.
Yeah.
They put out the differences and the similarities. I gave up. ngalon ne ko nyinte tambinola. Looking at the balance at parliament, you know, it's not absolute majority. It only a mensoto. UDP not alliance be lalekan.
Yeah.
Because for them they will prefer the 97.
Yeah, that's what 6 feet deep.
Some of them I engaged, they said they are not going to support this one.
Yeah.
For them, if in fact they are even against the 2020, now you are giving them 2024 to give them more reasons to say no. Now, there is no way as a Tambino. It's not going beyond Molkameng expert.
They just waste taxpayers' money as usual.
The only option which is available, Malong the 2020, any possibility Pulkawo Nati?
Of course. So I told you, see, bringing the constitution to the National Assembly is the discretion. The sole discretion.
Natara Nindo filter, whether they can bring back the
constitutional building process it can continue until we have the constitution.
So apart from the process, and I said, for me, I was the first person to say back to sender. That was my favorite word. Kabriko ya Nachilenko. Back to the sender, reject. That was
back to the sender. You confirm whether he received it.
Oh, you want to also confirm?
Yeah, yes. It's not just back to the sender. And you sit down like this, not receive it. You have to back to the sender, and you have to confirm from the sender whether you receive what you sent to me.
How can I confirm that word?
You got him.
I don't have access to the president.
You have access to him.
But I said back to sender. But
you can,
I can talk to him directly.
Yes.
But okay. But now that the thing is, apart from the process, we have all said the process was wrong. It was, it didn't look right. It's not right, right? But apart from the process, 4 issues sort of with the content of Constitution of Ananal.
The content of the Constitution, Fatu, is for me to put it under one umbrella term. Is lack of accountability. A group of people headed by an individual called a president, start with 23 people called ministers, shield themselves from accountability. We don't want to be accounted. What's that for?
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that is lack of accountability to the Gambian people. Managing my resources, my economy, my everything. You said, I am not going to be accountable to you. On the basis of that, is rejected, Fatu.
Yeah, and I think that was one of my biggest films.
Yeah, exactly. For me, if there is an avenue for accountability, I can
almost all this workshop. Before taking a whole section out, they could have at least adjusted it all, Purka review demanding. But people cannot understand why.
And another thing I look at it, I was a teacher. I taught, and I know how difficult it is to teach. How difficult it is to go to the farthest, remotest part of this country to teach our kids. And I've been advocating for Teacher Service Commission. I said the best way for Gambian teachers is Teacher Service Commission that is going to look into the service of teachers' salaries, etc. Barrow and his ministers remove that.
Yeah.
So Gambian teachers know about this. Yeah. The Barrow and his government are telling Gambian teachers, we don't respect your service. We don't need your service. Remain where you are. Remain poor. Serve after 30 years, don't have a compound, we don't care. Otherwise, a Teacher Service Commission will be able to solve all these issues for teachers. And teaching can be a very proud profession, a very lucrative profession for that matter. But Barrow government said no to teachers.
Talk about accountability, in this new 2024 draft, Atol Deputy Elnal Kananang, Albala.
Exactly how we go. Yes, as I am.
That's a declaration. Now the Bolafana Alba declare.
Exactly.
But the ministers and the president, when they come in, they can declare, but when they're leaving, they cannot declare.
Exactly. So look at that. Where's accountability?
So this is my thing with that.
Wolfgang can come far. With all this, Nindiam the deputy Odolie, they still want to back it. Go come to the president and atul move atul futale. Do you understand? President and the military we cannot do it. Just because of some partisan tricks and governance, we have to pass the constitution. Letting the president not to be accountable to the people you represent in your constituency. But no, it's just very sad fact. Partisan politics is very sad. In the National Assembly, sometimes you don't even want to, you reserve your comments because it's so annoying. Imagine somebody want to expose himself to accountability, but want to shield somebody from accountability because of party.
I mean,
what can that come from a bit?
Because accountable by
they are ready to preserve that for the president. Trust me, they are ready to preserve that for the president. But if Kunga for debate for because that's what I told Alaj Esda, minority leader. Who is even going to debate about this? For me, I may just be sitting at the door when it's time for voting. I come and vote. But debate on what? What merits and demerits? This constitution only have demerits. That's no merits. Because when you go to the floor of the National Assembly, we want to subject bills, laws, whatever to policies to debate Islam. We want to talk about the demerits, merits, advantage. But this one has only demerits and disadvantages. There's no advantage or merit in this constitution. So why are you going to waste?
Also, another thing we along, some of us had issues with nominations. A
very bad law.
2020. Yeah, until me understand.
Yeah.
Atol deputy mini along ko ngakarte fa atolle. Fatul malafike speaker tiba ni deputy speaker. Because mo kami understand no.
Correct.
Mo mini along ko itata campaign yo nyim banko carte fa ko kolanya. Ye carte fa ye campaign yo ko everything. But you can only be minority leader and simple committee members. But it can speaker and deputy speaker. That is only in Gambia.
Exactly. Rightly so, only in Gambia. And because they are comfortable with that.
And they are more powerful than all of you.
Yeah. You know what even makes it so annoying? I brought a local amendment act. I brought a local amendment act. I brought a local amendment act before the National Assembly to give nominated councillors right to vote. That day it was so disheartening, so annoying. The first people to start speaking about that are the nominated people in the National Assembly. Imagine a bill
that will give them right to vote.
No, that will give nominated councillors in our local government administration
to vote.
Nominated councillors, you know, mayors also nominate. But the first people to took the floor of the parliament and speak against that are the nominated people sitting in the National Assembly.
And they have voting rights.
Exactly.
Somebody's fighting for you.
Exactly.
Hani, akabinfo, yalong nim president mo nominate in National Assembly, walk a vote nole.
Correct.
But the councillors, mayor, lin chairman, walk a vote.
Exactly.
Walk a vote keno.
Walk a vote keno.
Wate bilo le nati ko. Bayi you look a vote keno in the assembly. Assembly le warta.
My intention was for us to standardize the law.
Yeah.
That uniform application of the law.
You know finance ka vote keno.
But the first people started speaking against that are the nominated people in the National Assembly. Lack of morale.
Yeah, that's the trust I'm talking about. Yeah. Politics comes into play.
Politics is fun. I'm telling you, sometimes it's
like for instance, BCC, KMC, and back they were all under NPP. They would say yes.
Yes.
They would have said yes.
Yeah.
But they know it's under the control of UDP. You don't expect them to support that.
Exactly.
That's the partisan I talk about when it comes to
that's the partisan tricks and governance. Yeah. I always put emphasis on
it affects us.
But
they have the powers.
If they say yes,
yes, their no is no. Huh? We can only advocate and make noise.
And the sad part of it, Mr. Jah, you took oath in office that I am going to do this job without fear or favor. You know something, you know that it is against the oath you took.
For me,
that's why most politicians will not end well.
For me, I have a problem with that oath. Understanding about Islam, what oath means, and the way it's done, it's totally different.
Yeah.
No. That will remind me to a hadith, a very authentic one. Actions are both by intention.
Yes.
And every man shall have that which you intended.
Yes.
Whether it is done properly or not, as far as the intention at that podium was to take or do, I'm telling you, it's impacting on you.
What I'm saying here, morally, yes.
Yes.
The way it's done, like for instance, holding the Quran on your right hand and repeating those words.
Yes.
You will not find that anywhere in Islam that is the way to take oath.
No, it's intention. Let's establish as the intention there is to take oath. And this is, I reference you a hadith. So you are good to go. You are good
now
to go. You misbehave, God will punish you.
Now let's look at other issues. You know, in the 2020 draft, Mojamako atol niaje fana alon la fi new constitutional is the retroactive. 2020, yala wala no problem oti. That was one of the main reasons why NPP, eko eman deputies to but baro allied small, only 2020 final. Even though they didn't have NPP names at that time, I think they had only one name.
Yeah.
But they were sympathetic to the president.
No, they were servicing the president.
The only reason why they threw it, one of the main reasons was the retroactive clause name. This time, retroactive clause Mantaraje. In fact, with this 2024 draft, the president can run another 2 terms.
You may go up to 15 years or so.
Yeah. Yeah. No, another 9 important I say term flood okay no because now start 2026 ala first time
exactly. Yeah. Rightly so.
2026,
that is
2031.
Yeah. So for me, morally, I think
but at least no about J time limit be jail. At least time limit be to continue.
Your reaction was my reaction when this constitution was
when it came first. I remember
I was like, why do I need to look on only Adama?
Yeah.
Do you understand? For me, I totally ignore him there. Let him just serve that and go.
Yeah.
But after several thoughts, after several times revising constitution, I realized it's not going to be good for this country anymore. Okay. And Adama should understand, morally, he is under obligation to leave this term. Morally. Because this is what we preach against Yahya Jammeh in 2026 presidency election. To term limit. There is no law guiding it. But morally, Adama should understand he has this moral contract with Gambians. After 2 terms, he should go. So this issue of law, for me, I'm not talking about law. The law is not there. But in Tolonga, for Bank within 2020 presidential election, what we call the time limit dundala, time limit was not introduced by Jawara and campaign to for Gambino Adama. So now the moral contract is established. Don't understand? Adama di be more fountain. And one thing also very
Adama ko ala pati mol kay ko
me ndakam fa statement found. Adama ma fonte ko left loral. I want to continue with my development agendas. My development agendas. With me, you do that. But for my party, a party that's not even a party.
No,
so Adama has insulted Gambians. Adama ala lack of respect to Gambians. I will expose it. You as president give me another time to continue developing the country, but not the party. You can't settle the Gambians comfortably, Fat. For me, I did not receive that statement well, and I'm not sure many Gambians don't receive that statement well. It's an insult to collective intelligence. Serve the country, develop the country, give me, but to say my party? No, Dodou Jah, that's very unfortunate. I cannot forgive Adam for that. I cannot forgive him for that.
Even besides
I did not accept that.
Even besides that, there are other concerns within the constitution, which I was even expecting that cabinet bewo mala maybe kasempentria.
Yeah.
The issue of birthright about the statelessness.
Yes.
Mol minul kaulu nyimbanko kan. Hanibi
ya tujele ma
Now when it comes to
the president,
the Christian Council will fana yela concern soto in many gatherings workshops about itola nyanto pour exist as Christians.
That was not also said.
They want it as an entrench clause. Yeah. And akamunta ko hanibi woman address. Now, coming to the Supreme Islamic Council, the Muslim community, majority of them have a concern about marriage, taking LGBTQI into account, that marriage should be between a natural man and natural woman. Why using the word natural? Because of transgender. You know? So, what people are advocating about LGBT, still now, this constitution can accommodate. Ni mo ye transgender ke, lo man je bay. It still there's an opportunity more transgender care futu. Haski the other partner will tell you within transgender, I'm now a woman. Ama address. And these are contentious issues me along. It's a concern to our culture, our religion, our tradition. And it's important. And when you nikaluwa dada, ninkol fananka consider. It's like there's a bigger fish to fry where it can be abe talala. Mulbe tema momo abe benefit soto jele. But these issues are
and another deliberate issue in the constitution is a lack of accountability to political financing.
Yes.
You know why?
And the IC and you raise
you see for me,
but now we have a patio from I from la patio. Our position was not because they wanted Jamal Bafoka Nunjang. I think said Mar.
No, that's not that cannot be party position. That's Madi's opinion or perspective.
No, Mar ya fujane.
I think you say Madi.
Mar ya fujane. For example, when a particular presentation, because government will book a subvent, they should not subject them to tell them accountability. So people, we want to know.
No,
we want to know the reason.
I will attack that in that interpretation, and I will rival it as well.
Okay.
For me, I don't know. That has never come.
But what am I party position?
Party position? No.
Yeah.
That's Mari's position, not our party. Mari told you.
Allah party position on multi.
No, but you are speaking.
No,
you are now.
Allah party position on multi. So if that was your party position, what do you think?
No, that cannot be my position. Even that is my party position.
Okay.
That will never be my position as an individual. Political financing is very, very important.
It's important.
The source of your political, because UDP in finance is so transparent. Ntola political financing, ntola party is very comfortable. All I be the party person monson because we are very comfortable with ntola na koro race nyame. Ntola diaspora contribute and people every month $5,000.
Alkamin be spend abeka bala abuka bo some businessman bul. Businessman
No. Ani nunto businessman or benkadi omula party contribution don't understand come international as a member ndaka contribute nyam 5,000 executive are contribute diaspora are sending millions omula contribution but come and go you finance our political processes because a string attached. No UDP we don't accept that for any businessman, and recently found no businessman even want to come closer to us. So in terms of political financing, I've been a strong advocate of that. Your source of income should be known to Gambians. Come on, you can't cooking meje. You cannot bank mara. So be transparent from the beginning. Do you understand? So that they can have confidence in you. So why do you need to hide? So what I'm going to is going to be very disappointing. That's going to be our party position. Because we have nothing to hide. Everything is transparent. Time to contribute. Look at our Janjambure resolution. Each individual, each party member is contributing $5, and this is in millions every month. So until we are very comfortable. Remember comfortable political finance exposure all of Adam Baron and government. Because new political bureau may be a lot. Don't understand? We don't know the source of income. And that will be investigated. After 2026 presidential election, where we're going to sack Adam Barrow and his government, don't investigate Lale. And rightly so, if it comes from a legitimate source, then it remains the Bureau of NPP. We are going to investigate the NPP. But NPP is bigger than Barrow. NPP the Bureau investigator, not Barrow. We are going to investigate that Bureau. So not even though he himself will be investigated. You cannot rule people for 10 years and you don't want to be investigated. And that is why this constitution is so protective.
Yeah.
All those loopholes of accountability that the minister and others detect, they have closed all of that, on Adama. So they feel like Adama should not be accountable to Gambia. You rule me for 5-10 years, you don't want to be accountable. You are fooling yourself.
What is your position on institutions, independent institutions coming through vetting process? Because the 2020 you will provide for IGP. I do know some of them can right now.
The last constitution, 2020, we confirmed the IGP and all ministers. Yeah. Look, you are not looking at what is happening in other part of parliamentary jurisdiction. What is more enjoyable? What's more interesting? You call a prospective minister for finance to come and sit before you. You dig into his affairs.
I think
his integrity, his moral, his past records.
But the thing is,
what's more enjoyable than that?
But the thing is, though, Yalong Fanang, Atolu, Allah National Assembly is very politicized. And that's the truth. The National Assembly is very politicized. And for ministers, I kind of tend to agree with the Minister of Justice argument. They believe the process, ministers will subject to approval. So ministers' positions are mostly political positions. They are political appointments. So political appointments more nothing for approval because after the political tempos against them, Almansone pros are process. But for me, independent institutions like the IGP's office, who mean independent because welcome to be
it's no different from other countries parliamentarian interrogating and scrutinizing prospective ministers. That's not rule. You see, for me, President, I'm even going to be very happy. Nana minister di National Assembly, Janba confirm. The National Assembly expose. Ya fonye what kind of person ndakana being appointed. I'm going to be more comfortable working with that individual than an individual that has not been vetted by the National Assembly. Of course. So, Barola Elaine Prolomobe is because of the incompetence. Minister Damambi and Jodo, they are very incompetent. So, no National Assembly, they will not pass the confirmation stage. They will not pass it. And if you want me to name the ministers, I can name the ministers. Who? First of all, Ahmed Bai will not pass the...
Hey, don't say that to my friend.
Musa Dami will not pass the confirmation stage.
Musa is my guy.
You will not pass the confirmation stage. Do you understand?
Can you mold me? You
better pass the confirmation stage.
This one, all these three, and you know,
do you understand? The Masaba will not pass the confirmation stage. No, I can name all of them here. Men can pass it. I can tell you that for sure. But I can tell you there are some competent ministers, they will pass the confirmation stage. And that's good for the president, that's good for NPP, that's good for Gambians. That we are coming to appoint people with high moral integrity, good qualifications. It's only good for the smooth running of the government. I have no problem with that.
Into the process, one problem sort of the process. Nte silango bedameng wolom, what if like the opposition will a majority sort of in parliament? And like if they are not in good terms with the president, it's like the power resides in them to say no at a
politician we must change. Nobody subject me to partisan tricks and governance. I don't expect for anybody. Do you understand? I will do it to the best of my ability. What is good for Gambians. So if it is an opposition-dominated National Assembly, now they have to be fair. They have to fear God and be honest to themselves. It's just because of some partisan tricks and governance why I'm rejecting this particular minister or not. When the minister is competent, let him go and serve the country. So I know it's a good fear. But now that depends on National Assembly members to serve people and to serve God. Not to serve partisan tricks, or not to serve party interests. If Dodou Jah appeared before me as a competent minister for works infrastructure, why will I not come from you? I have no problem with that, but we are going to serve Gambians.
No, put it.
I have no problem with that.
Ntata at a point me along ko, nka odiol moi. From UDP, dolke attack kumol foye. Nte directly as a politician, na understand ko itebe loring menkang, imam party interest da maji.
No, I cannot serve that. I cannot do that, to be honest with you. I'm not even be comfortable with that.
Well after memoila, ni te ka wole donkilla, wolte attack la. Nte straight away nkalonda akamuta controlla Suleiman Jammeh bole nyam.
I know.
Abe kula mi alon ko ifun somta APRC molka complain. But ntengalon ne ko he's doing the right thing.
Yeah,
to the interest of everybody among party da majibe.
Yeah.
That I can tell.
That's Suleiman, yes.
But to be honest, there are few MPs like that.
There are few like that.
Yeah, based on my own.
I always say, National Assembly. If you want, you can change this country within the blink of an eye.
Yeah, of course.
It's a very powerful instrument that can even sack the president.
I agree.
That can tell the president, sack this minister.
Walatinda.
And the president will sack him.
Walatinda. Nite beta purka cool push to a level. Akamunta ko kabring IC, none stakeholders, organize le before the National Assembly elections in 2022. Menketa, they looked at this portion in the electoral law. Menka for the qualification in order to become a candidate, to National Assembly.
You have to raise that.
This section menka for level of English proficiency.
No. There's no ambiguity. English proficiency. If I come and tell you, so it's all English proficiency. You don't even understand what I said in English. But English proficiency.
One of the IEC staff I am for, even if you go to the remotest areas, ako even na mamal bije niko how are you, they will tell you fine.
Exactly.
But
that's proficiency. You can
ndaka memfo nko je nyanta jibe lale ando anyanta ajoslale pour kamola ay
100% Dodou Jah.
Parce que ni aje ngaje fo the powers ye men soto andu ise men keno pour kanyim banko fale. What happens near Molsoto Mia Lonko, la competency Mamfotaje? Ibe banko la time lewes.
To reinforce what we are saying, Dodou Jah, I always tell people, you see, National Assembly, the level entry requirement is so low. It's an institution that performs oversight on everybody.
Yes.
The permanent secretaries.
Yes.
Yeah, in National Assembly, you don't even know what's the role of a permanent secretary. What's the role of a particular institution?
That is a problem.
You understand? How do you perform oversight? How do you direct that person to do A, B, and C? You cannot do it. You serve in the FPAC or PEC account. You don't even know what is account sheet. What is balance sheet?
That's a problem.
So it's so disappointing sometimes you don't even know. So I rightly agree with you. Yes. The Constitution should also raise the qualification entry for every National Assembly member. At least higher teacher certificate.
Yeah.
At least. Or a diploma.
Yeah.
But you're the National Assembly grade 9, grade 12.
And
you're going to tell a permanent secretary you don't do this properly.
Yeah.
You cannot even speak to them.
Yeah.
Because you fear, you have that inferiority complex.
Yeah.
When the minister or permanent secretary directors appear before you, have masters, bachelors, whatever, you as grade 9, whatever, how do you speak to them? You don't even have that confidence to speak to them. So they will just come to the National Assembly committee stage, in committee meetings, and they go very smoothly without having it very hard with them, because they know that you don't know. So I think I agree with you. That particular section in the Constitution should be raised.
It should be raised.
It should be raised.
Definitely.
So, but also the president, I think the 2024, Murunle back to the 97 la qualification. The 2020 said at least the president should have some level of education. But
yes,
the 2024,
I agree.
But the 2024,
this is why this Constitution should be rejected. It should be rejected. It's, for me, the office of the president. Is it Barrow? Barrow don't understand what is happening around him. He's not paying attention to what is happening around him because of his limited education. You see, Jammeh was very smart.
Yeah.
Jammeh,
and he reads a lot.
Jammeh can visit an engineering project.
Jammeh reads a lot.
Exactly. Jammeh can visit an engineering project.
Yes.
Jammeh can visit an engineering road construction project and tell the engineers
this is a
engineering deficiency.
Yes.
He can do that.
Yes.
But for Adama, give him anything is appreciative because of he's not exposed and he has not served in the public sector before. Do you understand? And a president has every opportunity to learn, to learn more than any other citizen in this country. Yep. But Adama cannot learn because also he's very disinterested. He's not interested. He's just very disinterested. What is happening around? If technicians come and tell Adama this is good, this, that, he just accept it like that without even finding out what is wrong or what is good for this particular thing. Because I know all of those things. I was one closer there. He doesn't care. For him, everything should be politics. Adama believes that if you are going to give him this bottle, it should serve his political interest.
At that level comes the advisors and more men. They are
what
very
advisor?
Close.
Let him finish.
Generally, men yanta kela. Nka jele chodi. Maybe atela karango mamfuta to that level. But asulata ye more soto. Mi alonko even the technician na nati. You need to dig in that. Because
Jammeh was not that educated. Jammeh was not that educated.
Yes.
But
he does not surrender anything to people. No, he takes charge.
When you talk of presidential advisors, in my opinion, is people who you employ around you to add value to how you think.
Yeah.
To add value to how you do things.
What you represent.
So my advisor. And that's number one. Number two, my advisor is going to be somebody who knows more than I know.
You talk about advisor. What happened to Henry Gomez?
He's still there.
So we have two youth.
I'm coming.
Yeah, Ibe Mokatara like a deputy. Sir.
No, you don't make a deputy. The deputy
is just unnecessarily increasing the cost of governance.
Oh, okay.
You want to employ people.
I want to check. Okay.
An advisor should be somebody who knows more than you know, who is exposed more than you are. Do you understand? Who travel more so that the advice will add value to how
and
we
the
think.
experience.
Okay, but look at the
set
and union of presidential advisors we have. The lousy one, the noisy one, the unguided one. Momodu Sabali. What did you know? An economist who cannot live outside politics, an economist who cannot go and teach in school, an economist who cannot have employment with international organizations, an economic who cannot know anything about economy. You see, Gambians, sometimes it's just funny. You can go outside this country, 2 years, 4 years, come back and say you're a doctor. Everybody call you a doctor. Modu Sabali is not an economist. It's just some kind of a noise
Mody Sabally is educated.
No, it's not educated.
I don't like to defend him because me and him are not, but he's educated.
When I was at the OIC, and I know I was going to leave.
He's educated.
I even registered my own consultancy firm because I was going to be an engineering consultant.
Okay.
But that's what I learned. But Mody Sabally can only leave he can only leave a political position. An economist, if you are not employed to run after cars, to sing after people, to insult people, to attack people, you cannot leave an economist. No, Fatu, please, let's just bring this profession down for Mody Sabally, please. He's not just an economist.
So,
he's not. And you cannot convince me an economist.
Huh? Now,
it would be very hard for you to convince me. Economist. No. IDB, the ADB, the World Bank are tapping young economists, especially if you look at his profile, Presidential Affairs Minister, Secretary General.
But the director, Mody Sabally was the director.
Maybe choice.
This is what I wanted to come to.
No, he cannot apply himself.
No, let me come.
No, he cannot apply himself.
He prefers to
Mody Sabally even spread Excel sheet and do something. He's not an economist, Fatu. I know him. I work with him. He's not an economist. He doesn't think like an economist.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Okay, let's give him this.
That's number one. Go to Dusano, advisor. My brother. So I'm trying to tell you the problems. Because you wanted to say that advisors can make the president a better individual. Yeah. Now I'm characterizing of the type of advisors. Yes.
Dodou is a political advisor.
So political
advisor should be able to tell you how.
Dodou is a political advisor.
Recently he insulted the whole Kia.
No, but Dodou is a political advisor.
Dusano lately insulted the whole Kia.
No,
Dodou
is a good politician. Let me come.
Insulting a whole community.
Let me come.
No,
I want. Let me. I want to.
I can't be in it. So I'm political advisor.
Yes, I am.
No, please.
Yeah, let me. One by one. Let's go. One by one. After second politician, but let me tell you something. You can remember from Mody Sabally.
What kind of state house? What kind of state house?
Ntenga Sabally lon menna. My brother is a friend.
He's not an economist. You know Sabally tell me he's a politician. I agree. But economist? No, Dodou Jah, he's not an economist. He's not.
No, Sabally is an economist.
No, he's not an economist.
I don't agree with Sabally rhetoric.
No,
and the behavior and all that stuff.
Tell me.
I don't agree with that.
Listen to him.
Especially, no. Sabally is an economist.
He's not. He doesn't talk about economics.
No, Sabally is an economist.
The real economics, he doesn't talk about that.
Sabally is an economist.
It's just some basics that he.
No, Sabally is an economist. Sabally worked as budget director.
No.
Sabally worked at the central bank. Sabally worked as Minister of Higher Education. He worked at Presidential Advisor Minister.
He worked at,
so Sabally.
Apply no.
Now I agree with you on that. But choice. I tell you, I decide to go direction with Tala. No, but how monkey economist? Hey, I'm more Danny. Stop. Okay, yeah.
No. Until you depend on you.
But it's like,
because for me, nation is so foolish. You understand?
Because you maintain nation. So you want to use my platform and come back and attack me? I will not accept that.
You brought it. I will not. Dodou Jah brought the issue of presidential advisors, and you guys are cutting me short. I want you to characterize how.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just looking at the presidential
advisors. Mr. Sanyang, you are in trouble for the next 1 week.
Dodou Jah and typical in Samana. I don't talk about Sabally.
I was just talking about
Dodou Jah Miro advisors nyanta president Makwela.
Yes.
That are rightly so. That is why he appointed the advisors.
What is Sabally is special advisor on what area? Or just special advisor?
Special advisor.
Look at
so he advised president on all issues. And he has the knowledge.
He has the
knowledge. That's what I'm talking about. So
Sabally has the knowledge. But our knowledge
was going to be the best president in this country. For me, if I am the president, I want good advisors. These Gambian and UN international retirees, people who work for the UN system. Come on now.
Henry Gomez is UN advisor alone.
No, look at State House. Henry Gomez is Minister of Retirement. You know, Henry Gomez Alinte Bay.
hani akasi
minister ya bira ga national assembly ya dum da akalimbai
ala office be state house
yeah,
ya ko ka auto ya ka fama auto le ya ka monde no report da monde akra for another Tuesday da ko ta no yala man tonya fonyo nyimba ko te work la Henry Gomez as an individual ita mi ko be mun value di le president as youth advisor Henry Gomez
yalo
so ni adama lafta from makwela do understand abe mo le talmen yalon ko they are masters of these areas I can ask my advisors I'm telling you he will be the best president of this country in the world but the kind of advisors he has what look at Adam advice what be the person what could you learn how to get money how to go and satisfy how to run after his cars how to tell him what he wants to hear and an advisor for me if I'm a president an advisor 1 2 3 4 months you are only telling me what I want to hear I will sack you no, sack you because I'm going to advise no. You're going to advise me 2, 3, 4 more, 5 months. If you tell me something I don't like.
No, but let me tell you, Dusano is applying, advising President Barrow well because he's winning political. They're winning. They're winning elections.
Election window.
So every person.
Election window. No.
Presidential advisors, okay, Dusano, I give Dusano because Du is a good politician.
But look at one Father, I told you guys, I can't buy election. I can't get on the grade and grade. I'm going to get on a candidate in bed. I'm going to candidate do come in a whole thing. I told the candidate, no, you for candidate because Grandma was coming with election. I don't care. You want to do Italia, candidate with Italia. Do ko Tandiana, Italia. But me, I serve in the project monitoring committee in the National Assembly, and I chair that committee. Me and my colleagues, we did not approve any budget for that road. So that's what is surprising me. There is no budget approved for that road. Ita na masa kongo PWD lo greda kotolu ali yo felo ko kono jannu fama malela akoliata ali yo seminal be you are just making noise. There is no budget for that road. You quite aboni mindo. I did not hear any supplementary appropriation bill that before
at the party level.
No, you cannot encourage that, Dodou Jah. Where political parties want to, especially a government, a sitting a government, that particular party is telling me he's doing development. Where is he getting the money?
There are businessmen along.
No, that businessmen. That is why the Constitution said those businessmen, because truly businessmen, they have interest in government.
Yes.
And government has interest in businessmen. That is true.
Yeah.
That is why we want the government. We want borough government. Let's have in the Constitution which businessmen donated you. It's the right of businessmen to donate to any political party they want. And that's their entrenched right. We don't also want to inconvenience that right. But now we are now simply telling them, tell us which businessman do A, B, and C for you, and for what? We are done.
No, sometimes
they said no, we cannot know which businessman is supporting them and why. And these are the legitimate queries for every Gambian.
Memen na fana men siata itol leka balang pour itoli e finti pour moli alon ko itol leka ke.
No. Momo ke drong ani Dodou Jah momo ko omu businessman kurungalti. Nga ko do di masakundala bar malaf moli alon kuriyalti. If it's clean, why do you need to hide that?
It's not only
no.
What can men consider? Dolu, it can men consider. Like for instance, the opposition. Ni wali along konte le kanyin di man sakuna. Sama ni man sakuna filinta falinta.
Let me tell you one thing. Any businessman will can work with any political party that comes to power. Trust me. Don't even think that I'm supporting NPP. If UDP come or if whatever party come, no, that's not true.
But
any businessman that's working with NPP can equally and rightly work with UDP as well.
There are some
for
that
the
are
development
sidelined.
of the country.
There are some that are sidelined for the fact they've been working with Jammeh, Ika Mako Ilenung, Bi Ibuka Ol Tomoy, Kabrin the coalition.
Who are
Yewol Genkendela.
Everybody is retained by borough government. All businessmen in this country, there's no businessman neglected by borough that was working with the Maybe the businessman will prefer to go outside.
But
is so welcoming to business.
No, but I the consequences of associating himself with UDP.
And should that happen?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Should that happen?
That is why business people.
Exactly.
Because Alaji Conte Jibe, this man built his life from Kabrai at Aturundingo. Ala business or bill, ala companies bill, ala tarola. Just because of political reasons, Mobe Ajile min kala jang. Mobi Ajile min kala.
That is very.
And that is so unfortunate.
That's a good
example. So what the business man okay for mabo.
Mtanga dolon malla fi petrol fintindi. And
if we are doing it because Alaji Conte was affiliated to UDP. That is true.
But that is his right.
That is his right.
That was his right.
So now the question, also the issue for determination is, should somebody be punished for that? Should Barrow punish Alaji Conte for that?
That's what I'm saying.
Kiliale bije.
That's just some kind of mediocrity.
Memena as a businessman, nika opposition finance. Wakame yitandi woto, itebe opposition mako ikampuli mansa kunda bondije. Sa mansa kunda sa jeno wonya.
It's the same way. It's the same way an ordinary person supporting a UDP to remove Barrow. It's the same way. A businessman investing his energy to remove you is the same as an ordinary voter card holder campaigning against you.
No, but the businessman ate anala kodo akakuja male keno.
Well, it's unfortunate. Alaji Conte now is not in the picture. He's so regretful what happened to him and what should not have happened to him, and it's just very unfortunate to say the least. That's very unfortunate. You know.
But now that constitution on Benin state letter, Muntuma Gambian will say constitution could also, because it looks like
Gambians we have. Let me predict that for you. Gambians are going to have a 2020 draft as constitution of the Republic of the Gambia in April 2026.
April 2026. What do you mean?
No.
Next year.
In April 2025. In April 2027, rather.
2027.
Yes.
The next parliamentary.
That is correct.
The 7th legislature.
Exactly.
Okay.
What do you mean? How?
Your question answered?
No, not answered. How and how? Why? How will that happen?
We are going to defeat Barrow in 2026 presidential election in December. And April, after National Assembly elections, UDP is going to have the majority in National Assembly, and we are going to pass this constitution for Gambia. Trust me. In April 2027,
that is your prediction.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
Yes. To answer Fatu's question, she said, when will Gambia have a new constitution? So I'm answering him directly. April of 2027, Gambians will have.
General Buffalo win the house you put in order first.
Our house is not. There's no problem in the house.
Put your house in order
there
first.
There is no problem in our house.
And no, dude, no problem.
There is no problem in the house.
You know UDP, what is their problem? And I'm saying it here. I want to say this. When you say stuff about Barrow, they clap for you.
They're happy.
They are happy. They are too outrageous. They clap for you. But when you question it, all the leadership found wrong, and all party leader, he's one of the most democratic people that I've dealt with. He smiles first before Njabi. Smile.
So that's
how democratic.
He's my friend. He's very open to me.
Dabo, I tell people, I wish Dabo. The man is so democratic and he understands how you're doing your job.
Democratic in
Barato
No,
last show. Ngake monyi ninka kabrinko sekumbale yo party ala tata ambaro muna sekumbale afote. So ako kemo atol fana patio ala pati le kabrin 96 kemo ka no bari na patio ko tenka no kemo. If you use that analogy because atol la mo ko MPP finance so phone, and that was right.
They have
so based on that because after almo moron authority soto because natra atol ko la mo le ko dabo ñun fana saban to la mo ko baro. Hey, so Seku Kamare post of it. I mean, he said there was misleading. Seku Ntatanga feke. But I saw Uncle Larry, he's my uncle. But he called me disingenuous. I'm like, that's an insult.
You see,
we are not disingenuous. We are going to ask those questions.
You shouldn't do that. You see,
questions.
You as a media person,
you should be tolerant.
You are so tolerant. But
you see, a party. It bondinola party kono. But I can tell you there are also other people in the party that is not going to have problem with what you have said.
Because
don't understand. I don't have problem with that. Yes, and Hussein himself doesn't have problem with that. So
if anybody should ask those questions, it's me.
Ko Honorable Dabo, he only grants interview
to me.
To Fatu.
Hani de barintel fana lota janga jeng desan ba hum yo kot ngo. Al continue UDP non te manke UDP bantem Usain Dabo. That is my old man. Dabo was my grandfather's lawyer. I love him. He did, and I think he was a genuine person. He's a genuine person. I Gambia Safle well. So I love him as that person. You understand? But manke UDP so. And I said that. But
you cannot avoid that.
Now you're people.
Understand?
But you cannot call me disingenuous.
No, that's wrong.
That's an insult.
He couldn't call you that.
That's insult.
He shouldn't call you that.
And he was, for me, he's my uncle. I'm kind of...
You bring that issue.
But the first time, you
know how I'm going to put that on democratic compass. It was your right, your democratic right to answer it that way.
Yeah.
Really, Mr. Sisa can also answer it, but he's not insult. He's not bringing those kind of words. I agree with you. He said no, that was going to be his perspective. But you cannot bring those kind of words.
Definitely. It doesn't fit in our democratic space.
Exactly.
Surtout ni asafe moli akarang. People can screenshot le.
Yeah.
It's wrong. We are looking up to them for some guidance and wisdom.
Thank God you're not thinking. Dabo doesn't think like some of you.
Nonte.
Yeah.
Nte cool duta nyaonya. Nte cool duta nyaonya. I have maximum respect to the media.
Yeah.
Sometimes ikasafero kele ikam misquote le.
Yeah.
Nene mang kampa, nene mang any vulgar word use.
No.
I respect it wala doko ikamenke. But ntanga alon ne konsita daoda I can clarify.
Yeah.
Sama jara ye it's not worth it. At the end of the day, politics faibanta kolbe landi mbemu banko dingol.
I agree with you.
Ndeka jibe wala nyam wala nantena politigo mo lese lono kafo ko ntema la fi Dodou Jah bari Dodou Jah man la finna. I break barriers with all political parties.
That's very important. That's very important.
Purka mentality soto ka foko ni UDP ta kala hani. If UDP invite me anywhere, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Any party, NRP, PDOIS,
UDP government, Gambians will be like, it's long overdue.
No, how can you mean ketente?
No, I know that.
And Patiel is government in waiting. Patiel is government in waiting.
Patiel kono, abekele masibo di party dungo be imira the same. No, what can no?
No, but yeah, but
some will be against it, some will be doing. That's party's administration. You cannot. But I know UDP government. People will be like. Even Dodou Jah will be like, it's long overdue. We have everything to develop this
anything
country.
I say, ninga kumo fe kuloka, nin sita banketon sasa, dante kafele, nko. Nte mansela UDP mansakunda. Hani UDP be mansakunda, nin tata je ben kundela. Nte kafele. Because nga mol minu lonje. Molka dul describe nyame. I don't see that attitude in
that. That is correct.
Compared to party leader Afango, even Allah Congress I follow, Conte Dodou Jah kamemfo. I don't agree with everything I kamemfo. But it could all be itafo no la kamemfo amalo.
UDP government will never discriminate. I'm telling you. So let me make you suspicious. Let me make you suspicious of UDP government. When UDP government come, they will let every citizen come on board, we use your talent, your expertise, and the credit come back to the party. That's how you're going to operate. We are not going to have any enemy. Anybody that we feel that this is your expertise, even if you don't support us, you'll serve this country. No doubt about that.
Lafta men confirm la ngao moile andu itemafo. Dole afo nyewitindi.
Exactly.
Whether it's a police or whatever, but I can remember.
Exactly. No, that is it. That's what we believe.
Like a UDP government is in place, will be open to all Gambians.
Exactly. Everybody
and Niketa Moti, me along ko ye talent soto. They will tap from that and
the credit will come back to us.
Yeah,
as party and government. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? So UDP government
but then, you know, for me, what I always tell them, and I'm going to push on that all the time, political parties are governments in waiting.
Yep.
Now, the way you govern your party today, the way you treat people, the way you do things, it will give us an indication
about
governance. Mr. Dabo always say, if you want to see how UDP government will look at Talib, look at Rohi, look at Landing and others, but also look at the executive, how it is run. These are things, Mia Lonko, look, sometimes we will keep saying those things because Almantara in government right now, we cannot gauge your performance based on governance issues.
Exactly, correct.
If we are government. But how you are governing, how you are party internal democracies and others, that's how we will gauge you. Fonde. And these things will always come about.
No.
Yeah.
You see, an opposition party is different from a government. Even I don't even know how you want to do
always.
How you want to do that gauging.
Like governance system
to appreciate
is different from the political party.
Yeah,
yes, that's true. That's true.
It's very, very different. And I don't know how you're going to gauge that to appreciate the fact that if they come, this is how they will behave. I don't know how will that gauging, how will you do that gauging, but I can tell you these are two parallel structures, be in the opposition and be in the government. For me, I said here before.
Party is an institution.
I agree. It's an organization.
How an organization is run.
Yes.
The efficiency of that organization,
yes.
how it is run, how the people are managed in that organization. Because you are going to manage a government.
Yep. No.
So if you are running a party, it's an institution. That's what I'm saying.
Let me tell you one thing about politics. You see, political relationship is not a legal relationship. Anybody can leave, go, do A, B, and C in short, and the only thing is party disciplinary mechanisms, which is not in fact binding.
Yeah.
The person can leave. So why I want to differentiate them? When you come to government, you now rule people with a binding law. With a law. Do you understand? So that law is like, do A, B, and C, or you face the consequences. But political administration and management regulated by a party manifesto or regulated by party rules and regulations, it's not binding.
Yes, that's
not binding.
But you have a party constitution.
Exactly, party constitution. If I flood the party constitution, and you want to punish me if I leave your party, are you taking me to court? No. But when you come to government now, it's going to be a different perspective because now we are now going to govern with a law that everybody is a subject of that law. So we are now going to govern and rule with a binding law, a law that is binding. A law that can send somebody to prison. A law that can find somebody. But as of now, as opposition, we don't have that far. So that's why I say, here, if you want to gig them, you get
I don't agree with you, but I give you that. That's what you
until we come 2026. Until we come 2026.
2026, they have a chicken wala nyame. Ade baroko ako fenko la pinya ko to. Ako jadi ako fenko la pinya ko to. Ka funya dile.
Mo la pinya ko.
So la pinya ko to dorong. Lip dorong.
So la pinya no la pinya. Next day na dam fu e fala. I will try you.
I all for that. But what to feel like now that I mean, you said it's going to be rejected. What else can I say?
It's not rejected. You're going to advise. You cannot advise. You cannot refer me to the billboards prepared by the civil society. And I said it before. I'm not against civil society. I'm not saying. You see, the society need to move. Civil society, the role of civil society in the society cannot be underestimated. For me, let them continue tapping funds from agencies and advocate for the constitution. That is okay with me. And they can come and buy airtime here, so everybody to survive.
Yeah.
But that's issues will not. Make us to pass a law that is rejected by 90% of Gambians. We can't do that. We represent people, and we have to be very mindful, considering people whatever they want. So it's the people. It's not what Honorable Yahya Sanyang, Alaji Dabo, Suleiman Sao, whatever want. It's what Gambians want.
People want.
Yes, Gambians said, don't pass this constitution, and we have no choice, Fatu. We represent people. If they say this, this is what we're going to do exactly. And then this one I say is going to be different. We'll make Gambians very proud.
Moral can Kofatu, if you look at our internal party politics and our government in the local governments, you are all unified. You know, he's saying we should look at a local government. That will give us an idea how you will run your government.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I think that's a good reference. Look at the organization of
the party councillors and everything.
Exactly, our local government structure, our national assembly members in the house. So that's I agree. That can give you some gist about how we're going to operate. Look how organized our local government, how initiative they are doing. Because they manage the budget, and every national assembly member could have done the same thing. Because if you manage a budget, you can impact the lives of people. So I think Mr. Khan is right there. I will not mention local councils here, but you see how our local councils are operating in the country, you know, and compare them to NPP run ones, you know, you see the difference, very big difference, you know, Dodou
Madi as my MP. Bestering later Kunda Sabiji. He is also my MP.
Yes.
So you have two MPs.
You are very close to KMC people. Dodou, the other time I saw Pastor people here, I saw you at Talib's house. Dodou.
No, one thing.
What's going to have?
One thing about Talib, I have two telling a men no. Denga men represent and unsemen ken. And I'm bunya bake as a politician. Yeah. Yalong wati do bije kamo kanole. Hanna tara mantara ku killing. Barisano ko kari ay nyim wotle comme ay sile. Nyin nakati naka ku dol soto. Sometimes naka diamule telephone akang invade akonya ko na emabe. You know, it's not based on anything else. Ko ay sutere ko ate dama be lafila ate be. No.
Politician.
Yalon ta for molem ko.
That is also right.
Within the UDP, more than Sabanola. I have that relationship with Dabo Fango. Nilafta Kukura UDP, I will go directly to the party leader, more than Sabanola. I have that relationship personally. You know, Bantambil Tijefa.
And that's very good for a healthy democracy.
And I don't need an appointment. Hanna be sino kan se taje ngasi for na bulta ka ko dudjale be bakaka. You will welcome me.
Yeah, that's very good for our politics for now.
No, that's UDP. We are very
most of these party leaders. Ahmad Babe wole nyama, Mama Kande be wole nyana. Nka ke ni biye. I am open to all of them. The last national dialogue, Benketa State House. Honorable Ahmad Bani Mama Kandele Besiri. Nata Mama Kande Ankako, Ndede Insulata Kekela. Altol Mofulo, Malon Jumada Badina. Ahmad Bakonyo ko inte. Akonyo ko nyingala ni solbe fo base nte taman jam faja. Ma Kande Jelta akonyo ka tonyale fo. You know, ate taman sutia. This is the joking relationship. Hanin Tata State House. Mbuka dum mola office for Henry Government. Nkatale nae sing. Sometimes nid dunda ka
discuss with Henry. You don't connect intellectually.
Hey,
my friend.
Henry is political advisor.
Nte wa bankera.
Like a youth advisor, me presidential advisor.
Henry has ideas there.
No,
Henry
he has no ideas.
Idea jama ala kafulo.
He has no
This guy is presidential advisor.
That's serving the National Assembly. And he run from committee proceedings, plenary, until he tell the president, sack me.
Seriously?
I don't demand it to be sacked.
No.
What's that? No, National Assembly. So, you got something I can't take this technology better. So, I don't be there. You're got something I can't more yakology. So, no one I don't want to come
Yes, sir. Yeah, stop.
Every question Aram will give it. Every question Aram will give it. It's like a minister. You cannot carry a single institutional knowledge and memory. So in a National Assembly, you can minister incompetence alone. You know, when we draw the main questions that your permanent secretaries write that for you, you can answer that orally. But you know, a particular minister is affair with his department or his or her department and is carrying the institutional knowledge and memory when you give them supplementary.
So another question.
Supplementary is what now expose their weakness, their lack of concentration on their ministry. So every supplementary It was very bad.
They are very cool.
Ahmad is my friend. Musa Drano is my grandfather. Musa ni mama used to be best friends.
All these people are
What also anytime Abubakar Nimaga comes from UK, I can call Sabali call. Ntol mo Sabali ka role no. Abubakar Nimaga kilimo.
He's
No.
still UDP. Nimaga?
No announcement detail Asaunta.
More content.
He's
my friend.
I saw the announcement.
Yeah.
When?
From here, 2 weeks ago.
From here.
I saw that.
Kabiring na mo
I told you for all more baby
You know we don't talk about it. I don't talk about
Badibu ya la fenke taje. Badibu ni watu kona minta badibu alburu. Ato
for the
more baby takana.
they are not taking we are taking more from NPP than the other way around. I can tell you that for sure.
You know, it's happening between NPP UDP. I can talk the competition.
No, guys, we are not competing.
Come the fenko yelta le window yelta ala more
we cannot compete with
transfer window ala more bitakana.
NPP is not
Honorable Fenke Bula Henry Gomez Bula.
No, I'm asking you how do you give government? I explain it.
No,
every supplement I will give.
Imagine Maria confirm la yes Nimaga moved to NPP. I saw the I saw the announcement somewhere. Yes.
On WhatsApp.
He went.
Call Purka confirmed though.
I saw it somewhere on Facebook.
I'll call him from
I saw it somewhere. And Nimaga was a very strong UDP supporter.
Strong how?
No, he was very determined with UDP.
No, Fatu, you
Why
can all wrong.
UDP la balake?
No, Noma Purkansamba UDP.
Yes. He's a very huge supporter.
What did I come fat and can
I wish him all the best.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
I can tell you that he did not affect our party in any way. NPP I don't need to disclose our political game.
Yalong balona dami. Yalong kia mala masembe mala baki atlet.
And that's what I told people. This Masembe election is more than an election to me personally. It's my pride. This is an election that is going to restore my confidence. This is the election that is going to give me a good prospect towards 20. So it's not only an election; it's about our pride. And we are going to. We are going to defeat
NPP.
In fact, there will be no election. On the 22nd, it will only be validation. Honestly, we are not going to.
Being a deputy speaker, another mole, house to house.
Yes, let him do house to house. You see, that is telling you how desperate they are.
No, they are serious about winning.
No, we are also serious about winning.
They are serious about winning.
Okay, we'll also be there lately. I was there not long ago, and I'm going back. But as I said before, it's not election. It's just to validate the result on the 22nd.
You are confident Alba win?
You're confident you're going to win?
We are going to win,
You want?
This time around, people who know me in politics. You see, I'm a different politician.
Let me tell you, before
we are going to win comfortably.
Masembe, you guys won only. Y'all know our last election, Masembe ward. Our difference was 120 something votes.
I agree with you.
Yes.
We have.
I saw the numbers.
We have appreciated the facts that contribute to that, and I can tell you, we are working towards that very seriously. That margin will never come down. We are only going to increase on that margin. I can tell you, they cannot win Masembe. NPP cannot win Masembe by election, not under the circumstance. So it's good that they are putting a lot of effort. I like that. I like that. Let them, even they put the tar on the road right now. That will not solve. That will not. They cannot win that seat. Trust me.
Okay.
It's our seat, and we are going to win. And,
we
are going to win. When I say we are going to win,
every by-election that NPP went into,
they
won.
No, I told people even.
I said that here.
I was telling somebody
every by-election
a by-election is not easy for an opposition.
It's
because by election, there are factors. Number one, the place is small.
It's small.
Number two, government influence, the resources, money, positions. We appreciate that fact.
They only have
all these factors.
Every by-election. Every by-election.
They only have one focus.
No. This is a different by-election factor. And I'm telling you today, with all these factors I mentioned before, we know all these factors, we appreciate them, we interrogate all these factors at our level, but I can tell you, as far as Masembe is concerned, we are going to win it. And this 127 margin we score in the previous election, we are going to increase on that. There's no way, trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What obantale do we want for the program obantale? After mune saro di la mola, especially dipitelu match le habita house auto bari sila kam to ko manjare ka advice ke dudu ko ako hani me advice.
Well, tonya demba follow laitela ke tentu ke jai programos nyameng, you know, ke panelisol nati ka chaike abe nafalom molbe ku jama wala ibe ku dantan karanna le ñin mu kulati mi alon ko ganyin ku sifa mbela fla pour kanyin je mi the house is also you know, to strike that balance at least ka chaike. But I'm not hopeful with this. Amanke ko honorable mem for nga nyim tot sotole. A meta bring comparison keta the differences and the line I got discouraged. You know, and knowing the partisan politics member in the National Assembly and tema jeko, you know, abe pass no la. Purka jeko be advice di la based on new constitution. Tonya be kole ala bake. Let's just nga jibe abe laban na nyameng. Maybe naman tambindo, then semuna ngaji beside what next?
What next?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask two of you?
Yes.
Do you want the constitution to pass?
With amendments, yes.
You?
With amendments. This
No, that's not a good position. You see, you
No, yes, I want.
You the amendment fan club.
I want with amendments.
Confusing every single.
No, we are not confusing nobody.
I'm not confusing.
No, how?
Actually, you amendment son. It
But
is
you don't have to hold
for draw.
Yeah, I don't have to
going to UDP now so for months. Amendment co. The issue is now.
There are certain things.
Without amendment, the constitution is going to be killed, as lawyers will call eliminate. At the first instance of it, we are not going to debate, because by the time we want to debate, we are going to waste do the just time watching what is happening. Your media house, your fuel to your people to go to Banjul talk. Why do you need to waste all of that? National television crew coming to the National Assembly every day to look at, to listen to the debates, work the debate, record the debates. No, we want to save Gambians from wasting money, time, effort to watch the constitutional deliberation. We are telling Gambians, come the second day, when the minister, I think it's going to be so fast that the only thing that we delay it is probably few NPP NAMs want to talk about it. But for us, we are prepared to send it back to the sender. And if you send it back to the sender, we are going to confirm to the sender. Have you received what you sent me? You do that.
I'll travel and come back to sender.
No, but we have said that here on and on.
I will be elaborate.
I want to talk. I don't want to talk more. But even that accountability seal for women create for them. Madam is a legitimate ground to reject.
So come to commerce now and mela jeda.
Oh no, you're not going to. And if the media houses don't go early, by the time they arrive,
before arrive,
it's over.
But Ali does no,
so it's better you all go early, so that by that 20-30 minutes are out there. Yeah. But if Kerfatu is late, by the time your guys they have no use.
Yeah, this is serious.
It's very serious.
Business.
All the blame goes to Barrow and his cabinet. They had the problem. They should not have do this to Gambia. They should not have. Why would they even do this? Why would you look at one person and think he's the most important person in the country? Minister President and his cabinet, they are the most important person. There's nobody accountable. A group of only who are not accountable to any institution, who are not accountable to even to the National Assembly. Gambian voted for National Assembly members to make the executive arm and the gives accountable. But now they are saying, no, we are not going to be accountable to you people. And you want us to pass that with amendments? This amendment, Kuru, we have to talk about your issue later. But I said we have our new constitution, April 2027. We have the new constitution. Don't worry about it. And that's very soon too. That's very close. Because we are going to, NPP, they are opposition in waiting. Yeah, opposition in waiting.
Yes, thank you so much. Opposition in waiting. No, yeah. Thank you so much, Honorable Yahya Dodou. I forgot opposition in waiting. Afanante, Honorable Ablaisi said jam fatala jam.
In fact, I'll be glad to meet him here.
He wanted to come so bad. I couldn't believe Yahya. I should have come. You know, he wanted to come. Because I alone. I don't know.
Gambian is very sad. I think we need to galvanize ourselves into such a powerful political force against NPP and his coalition government to remove them in 2020. It's better for this country. I know what I'm telling you, Fat. I'm privy to a lot of things. And maintaining NPP and his associates in 2026, I'm telling you, it will be very bad for this country. And I'm appealing to Dodou Jah, our friend. Please, let's throw our differences there and come together. That's why I said associates. That is why I said NPP and
this is the grand coalition.
It's the people. Gambians are fed up with Barrow. And I always tell people.
You're number 3 in the country.
No, I agree with you, but they can never win presidential election in this country. No, Fat, not. I know what I'm telling you. I don't need to speculate on.
Ferol Bembulla. Honey, what is
it's just unfortunate. Okay, no problem. But I advise you as a young man, let's come together and get them out, please. That's for good for me, you Fatu, our children. It's very sad. But in fact, you know better what is happening in this country, and we need to come together. As I said, galvanize ourselves into such a powerful political force and unity, and sack Barrow.
Sack Tamit.
Yes.
Sack Tamit.
Yes, and sack him. If you defeat him in election, he's sacked.
Trump Biden, you are fired. Trump Biden, you are fired. Thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you very much, Dodou, for always bailing us out when, things get tough. National Assembly member, but Dodou had to come in last minute from the dialogue to here. And obviously next week we have the independence. On the 18th is next week, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, the week after. The upper week.
On the 18th February.
Yeah. Next week long for? Because the week after long. The week after.
Well, even you see we are here, we are even struggling to remember the week for independence. It means that
we remember the Abula.
I'm not saying that, but the week because Barrow and his government.
No, it's Tuesday coming next.
Degraded the importance and significance of independence. Look, 3 of us here, we don't know.
No, but we know.
18 February.
No, we don't.
Which we are because it comes with some importance, some significance.
Because we are not checking the date.
No, for this week, for upper week. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
We are celebrating 60 years of nationhood.
Okay, no problem.
Years. Thank you very much.
60 years of nationhood. If we are civil servant, by now we are retiree. So that's telling us that we fail as a government by all the past political administrations. 60 years, if you are an individual now, you are going backward because you retired. I mean, you have achieved your life ambitions. But Gambian 60, we are still struggling. Thanks that you bring that 60 years of that 60 years. Imagine
60 years.
60 years. Me and you 60 years. We are going to go home because we retire. We have achieved. We have served. So that should reflect on Gambia too. 60 years. By now we should be developed now. Yeah, by now we should. So you see. That is why we cannot allow it to.
After independence, a lot is possible.
After independence,
yeah.
No, you people have only 1 year.
You can be surprised.
1 year, 8 months.
That's what I told
when I meet them.
First lady the audio before na ko. First lady siata je meta jambara lafta minke la jang nene ma jo. Say na bota jang ay minke jang. So that is good.
No, but I don't mean jang. I don't like attacking people's wife.
No, he's doing political. He's in the hospitals and foundation of the mall.
Well, I reserve my comments. I don't like attacking women.
Yeah, no, but I'm telling you how.
I don't like getting my perspective on women.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. Let her develop.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, Dodou, and to my team. Thank you so much. I'll see you on Thursday. I have another big interview on Thursday. It should be very interesting. I think NPP wants to set the record straight. Why Barrow should run for third term. So I have an interview on Thursday. And
is there a panel?
No, it's not a panel.
If you have that kind of panel, you invite me.
You want to come? If I have that
where they want to defend, rightly defend why Barrow should go for third term. I should be part of that panel.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
Yes,
I want to be
I'll do a panel on that.
Yes, please. Yeah, anyone from NPP, please.
Okay.
Because I'm very curious.
You're curious.
And I know Buruja too is curious about that.
Seriously?
Why Barrow third term? I'll come for you.
You and Saval.
No, trust me. Just bring anybody here. As far to defend Barrow's third term. No, bring that. I'm very free now. You don't want to... No, bring
maintain nation.
We are not going to fight. We are not going to fight. We are not only going to argue on points of facts. No, it's so nice to be here again, Fatu. Let me go.
Thank you so much, Honorable, and to the team. I'll see you on Thursday. Good night to you all, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you.
National Council for Civic Education hino andina jama on wondema lamu Gambia ngon immintini fi moƴƴingol luwa kander leydi ɗo ko wiyete a new draft constitution bill 2024 o ɗo waɗama gazette 14 lewru August kanyuma e 15 lewru November 2024 no windorini ka 1997 constitution toɓɓere makko 126 luwa on joni ko wallinteɗo ka suudu députéɓe fi yewɗo kandir suudu députéɓe non bill on jangugol makko immongol e tammongol ko ma e nder temdere kala e député ɓe 75 wiya kañum jaɓi si luwa on feƴƴi ɗon joni o yahay ka damugal kippugal fi waɗugol carte ka nder leydi ɗo woni IEC ɓe waɗa ko wiyete référendum e nder lebbi jeego e nder on référendum ɓe jogiiɓe carte fi wotugol temedere e nder ɓen ɗon 50 ko ma bugo kartal fi oɗo bill e nder on 50 kadi 75 e nder maɓɓe ko ma wiya kañum jaɓi fiyo oɗo wonu luwa ka nder leydi Gambia ɗo on sumati noon lanɗo leydi on o waɗa sign ko wiyete certificate ko immorta ka IEC fi ɗum ɗo wona luwa leydi Gambia e dow ɗum ɗo National Council for Civic Education hino toro jama on ɓe yalta ɓe heɗito ɓe ɓeyda konguɗi maɓɓe e o luwa wonaɗo moƴƴinede ka nder leydi Gambia ɗo addani on o kibar ko ɗum woni National Council for Civic Education e ɓe gollidata waɓe wa European Union inde Gambia kañuma e UNDP wonɓe nder leydi Gambia.
Jamano Money Transfer Bureau de Change, your go-to option when it comes to money transfer. With Jamano, you can send money from anywhere in the world to your family and loved ones in the Gambia and be sure the funds will be delivered to them within the shortest time possible. For your convenience, funds sent through Jamano Money Transfer can be picked from all the banks and multiple other financial institutions, including Ajib Bank, Trust Bank, GT Bank, Mega Bank, Basic Bank, Reliance Financial Services, and Approved Services. Visit our head office at Bruceby opposite AfricMed next to Trust Bank Limited or email us at info@jamanomt.com. You can as well call us on 310-3050 or 310-3051 or yet still 733-0688. Our opening hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Jamano Money Transfer, your most trusted money transfer service where customer satisfaction is paramount. When you think of a simple, fast, and reliable money transfer, think Jamano Money Transfer.
National Council for Civic Education, NCCE, ñooy fàttali askan wi ne nguuri Gambia delloosi waat nañ beesalaat téere luwaa réew mi tax na ba téere luwaa réew bu bees bi nga xam ne moom lañ xaatim ngir atum 2024 siiwaloon nañ ko ci kayiti xibaari nguur gi ñaari yoon muy fukki fan ak ñeneen ci weeri August ak fukki fan ak juróom ci weeri November atum 2024 jéego yu am solo yooyu nag jëloon nañ ko balaa ñu ko teewal ci néegi député yi comme niñ ko tëralee rek ci fànn bi ñoo wax section 226 bu 1997 ci téere loi bi nga xam ne moom la réew mi di doxee ca néegi député ya nag téere bi ñoo war a def loi ci ñaareel ak ñetteeli yoon yiñ ko fa teewal yépp war naa nekk ne xaaju téeméer bu nekk ci député yi juróom-ñaar fukk yi ak juróom war nañu cee ànd yokkat itam ne bu jaaree ba romba ci néegi député yi dinañ ko yóbbu ci bunta bi nga xam ne ñooy saytu wàlli woote ci biir réew mi muy IEC ngir ñu taxawal li ñoo wax référendum maanaam woote bañ wala nangu muy waaw wala déet ci diiru juróom benn weer ba léegi référendum boobu ñi nga xam ne ñoom la yoon may pour ñu woote xaaji téeméer bu ci nekk juróom fukka yi war nañoo bokk te ci biir ñooñuy tamit xaaji téeméer bu ci nekk juróom-ñaar fukka yi ak juróom war nañoo ànd ci téere loi réew moomu nga xam ne moom lañ xaatim bu ko defee nag njiiti réew mi mu di président bi dina ko sign ci diiri juróom-ñaari fan gannaaw bu ko IEC wéralee ngir mu nekk téere loi bi nga xam ne moom la réew mi di doxee ci kaw loolu ngir askan wi xam ba pare bokk ci lu am solo la ngir bokk benn kàddu boo xam ne ñii amee baati dogal ci biir réew mi dinañ mun a matal seen liggéey loolu tax na ba nag NCCE ñu ngi xirtal ñépp ñu bokk ci wéyal li nga xam ne moo di seen taxawaay ci ndorte li ba ca ci pandaw la xibaar gi nag ñi leen ko indil ñoo di NCCE ànd ci ak EU ak UNDP bu Gambia